GMA network is a television network in the Philippines. Started off like most of major networks in the country as a radio station in 1950 called DZBB-AM, or the Republic Broadcasting System DZBB-580, with Loreto FD Hemedes Incorporated as the name of the parent company. The company later ventured for television as RBS-TV with the call sign DZBB-TV, becoming the fifth TV station in the Philippines after ABC Channel 5, now known as TV5. RBS, along with other newly established stations, also wanted to air American syndicates and movies, and as a competition, literally acquiring one American network for one TV station in the Philippines. RBS was focused more on the American Broadcasting Company. RBS later expanded outside of Metro Manila after the success of DYSS-AM in Cebu, also ventured for television with DYSS-TV Channel 7, marking its first provincial TV station, as well as changing their corporate name to Republic Broadcasting System Incorporated on the same year. Fast forward to the 70s after martial law was declared, RBS, along with almost all of TV stations, were forced to shut down in 1972. However, they were given consideration from the government to return on the air just 3 months after, as well as the company being sold to Felipe Gozon, who was Robert Stewart's lawyer, along with Gilberto Duavit Sr. and Bernardo Jimenez, which Stewart and the American Broadcasting Company owned 25% of the company, and also rebranding RBS to GMA Radio Television Arts. The corporate name RBS would still retain until 1996. GMA iconically uses the Circle 7 logo in 1977, similar to the ones used by ABC's owned and operated stations in the US, and around the same time, the slogan "Where You Belong" was first introduced. GMA was also the first TV station in the country to broadcast in full stereo, dubbed as GMA Stereovision in 1987. By the 90s, GMA launched their sister channel called citynet 27, which later became QTV, GMA News TV and now GTV, to expand their local programming outside of GMA, as well as air programs from abroad, particularly in the US. GMA Radio Television Arts would later rebrand it into GMA Rainbow Satellite Network, followed simply by GMA Network, as well as changing their corporate name officially to GMA Network Incorporated a year later. The late 90s was when GMA launched their first cable channel called cgma. It was referred to as a cable news service or as a news channel to compete directly against ANC. By 2000s, after a slew of logo rebrands, GMA eventually settled till this day their iconic kapuso logo in 2002 with a minor revision in 2011, as well as branding them alongside GMA Network as the Kapuso Network. When NCC formally adopted ISDBT standard as a standard for DTV in 2010, GMA was hostile about the decision of the agency and reconsidered the DVB-T2 standard, which is more advanced, has better quality, and using less power than the Japanese counterpart. NCC eventually went for ISDBT standard due to lower prices of set-top boxes. GMA launched their second local cable channel called Fox Filipino after a 3-year deal with Fox International to air select shows and programs from GMA Network. Ironically, none of the shows from the original Fox in the US were aired on the said channel. The network slogan "Buong Puso para sa Kapuso" would launch in 2018 along its new station ID. GMA would later launch their first DTV set-top box called GMA Affordabox, consist of channels like GMA and at that time GMA News TV, along with other free-to-air channels from GMA, which later launched in the following years like Heart of Asia, Halipop, iHeart Movies, and Pinoy Hits. Add to that, in February of 2023, GMA announced to start airing their channels, including its international channels, into anamorphic widescreen or in 16:9. It's still in 480 resolution, unfortunately, not in HD resolution like 720p.